Hi there, this is your friend Anna, and the question that I've been getting the most from all of my friends is what are we wearing? This age-old question isn't just about choosing an outfit, it's about choosing how we present ourselves to the world. I created the I Want Her Shoes podcast to dive deep into what it means to dress with intention, whether you're heading to a council meeting or just having a casual day out with your family. Join the conversation as we explore the power of personal style and the decisions that shape our public personas. Put on your favorite pair of shoes and step into my closet. All right, so welcome everybody to the first edition of the I Want Her Shoes podcast. This podcast is really the story behind it. It's a good story. I've been waiting for, I just looked through all the branding and stuff, and it's been actually 10 years since.
Wow.
It was 2015. This is the last time that was all updated. So it's actually 10 years, which is kind of, I feel like maybe that's a lucky thing.
It's a big
It's like a decade.
for
yeah,
sure.
So, and I remember 10 years ago actually thinking about doing something with this. Like, I knew it was I Want Her Shoes, but I just didn't I don't know why. I just didn't jump for it. I started doing other things because it was easier to do other things because it's harder to do things that
are new, of course.
That are new. And now I'm 10 years later, I'm back, and I had an idea for the podcast because I talked to so many women like you and others that always, wondering, what are we wearing, right? Like, where are we going? What are we wearing? Like, what is an appropriate thing to wear for different industries, different occasions, lifestyle, everything, right? So,
definitely.
And especially, more focused around, career and such, right? Yes, and just, versus more just general stuff, right? Because all the ladies in our circle, they're all really busy working mothers. Definitely. Or just
even if they're not moms, they're keeping even more busy sometimes.
Yes,
their schedule packed.
Yeah, so they're always really busy. So I feel like I hear this come up a lot, and there's not a lot of content around this. So I feel like this is really a good niche for the I Want Her Shoes podcast because I actually love fashion and I have been really into it, and that's why I got the URL 10 years ago because I knew that I wanted to do something in fashion, just wasn't sure what it was at that time. So this is what it's gonna be, and we're gonna talk to a lot of amazing women. The first one is gonna come actually on a Saturday because it's gonna be on March 8th, which is Women's Day. It's very
day
special
for all of us. For
sure.
So
I feel like that would be a really great time to release the first one. So thank you so much for being my first guest, Nicole.
Thank you. Super excited to be here, and I'm really proud of you and excited for you. I know that this has been a long time coming, and you have been working on it for the past 10 years. Even if you didn't do this, I mean, your following is significant, and I think people really appreciate the content that you put out because you're right. There's a lot of things about buy this by an influencer or something like that. But it's not the why behind it. Why do you wear that? What makes you comfortable about that, right? That's the more important conversation, I think.
Exactly, and I feel like fashion, there's just so much emotional, stories attached to it, and just everything and, journeys that people have had with fashion and their careers in fashion and how they've, their fashion has evolved and... there's just,
definitely.
It's, emotional. I feel like we just need to have more conversations about this, and really also have a guidebook of what are we wearing, right?
Right, and how does it change, over your life?
Over
when
your
you
life.
change
yeah,
phases.
In your 20s, right?
We've all had different phases. Watching my daughter right now, who's 15, you see the phases happen much faster, right? As you get older, you kind of get into a style and you really take the time to invest in getting good at styling it up.
Yeah, exactly. And again, also it's about what you can afford, right? What
of course
part of your life you're in, what type of field of work you're in, right? So
right.
Really, it depends on all kinds of situations.
And you've broken that barrier because no, I've been to some of your business things and nobody in your industry dresses the way you do, which is amazing.
Well, for me, style is really part of my expression, right? And it's always been since I can remember. I wanted to be a fashion designer when I was a little girl, and I'm not saying I'm not gonna still do that. We still have time to do whatever we want, but I think I could give back more than just another brand, because I'm more about sustainability, more about story, more about content creation, community building. So I feel like something like this is definitely more up my alley, right? And especially with, as you said, in the last 10 years, I've learned how to, produce a lot of content, talk to so many people, and I talk about data science, machine learning, and AI. Okay, so
little different.
Yeah, and that's actually I'm not as comfortable in that topic as I am with fashion and style and all this
interesting
stuff, And I've really pushed the boundaries for myself. I've been doing that if I could talk about that, I think I could definitely make this fabulous. And I think another thing that was holding me back is really just putting yourself out there, Nicole, because what if people don't like your stuff?
It's one of the hardest things.
And I think it just took me turning 40 and just not 41 actually. I think.
Yes. Is that when it happened for you, that you started to feel like you really wanted to own who you were and put it out there and not be worried about what anyone else thinks, right? I think for me, that happened around 41 too. I'm 43 now, and then the past 2 years, I definitely noticed myself not being as consumed with what other people think, but it's still scary to put anything new out there. So I totally commend you for the courage.
Thank you.
I know it's going to kill it.
I appreciate the support. So why don't we talk a little bit about, first of all, before we dive into you, Nicole, what shoes are you wearing today and why?
I'm wearing Ferragamo loafers. There's a few different reasons that I love them. One is my dad was the regional VP for Ferragamo for more than half of my life, so I think I ended up with a lot of Ferragamo stuff, and these were one of the last shoes that my mom picked out for me before she passed away. So I've had these shoes for more than 15 years. I don't wear them that much, I think, because I don't want to wear them out kind of thing, so they still look new, and they're definitely a preppy look, which my mom dressed me in when I was young. So these are the sentimental shoes, and then these are my other.
Can we see the shoes?
Yes, of course.
Let's check them out. For those that are just listening, we'll definitely include a link to the video if you guys want to see them. But they're very cute. They're classic.
Yes, they're totally classic.
Yeah.
The only thing they're missing is the space for the penny. They're not quite a penny look, almost. But I definitely had different pairs of these, different versions of these throughout my life from different brands. And then my other favorite shoe right now are these Adidas that actually my ex-husband bought me for Christmas as a gift, which was really cool. He definitely has a good idea about my style. Yeah. They're just fun. I wear sneakers almost every day. They're definitely a part of my work life and a part of my mom life, and I love that they have colors, and I love that they're velvet. I don't know, they give me a whole vibe when I put them on. I feel more confident.
I love the color, the pink. So yeah, these, for those of you that are listening, they're brown and they're pink and green, which is a really nice combination altogether. It's they look really trendy and
Thank you.
Awesome. They're totally you.
And they're very bright. Yes, I agree. Yes. They're very me. I think I'm also in a green and pink moment right now. I find myself reaching for those colors more. Maybe the pink comes from spending so much time with you.
Yes, of course. Hey, a girl can never have too much pink.
That's right.
This is the pink area here.
Totally agree. So. I love that we're right in front of it.
Yeah, again, for those of you listening, we have a pink area, so you definitely have to jump on YouTube to check out the video, because it's worth checking out.
Yes.
Because we're in a closet. It's I Want Her Shoes podcast in her closet.
I love that. It's the perfect amount of space. Feels very intimate.
Thank you. Well, today we're really excited to sit down with Chef Nicole Votano, a culinary virtuoso whose journey has taken her from prestigious cooking schools to the kitchens of celebrities. That's so cool. And onto the global stage. managing the largest brand launch in history. So we'll have to dive into that.
Yeah.
And Nicole combines her passion for food with savvy business acumen to create dining experiences that go beyond taste, fostering connections and leaving lasting impressions, of course. From crafting menus for Art Basel to developing custom food brands for stars like DJ Khaled and my favorite, Martha Stewart.
Yeah,
we'll have to talk about that. Wow, I'm so excited. Nicole brings a unique blend of creativity, tradition, and innovation to every dish and every project. That's right. Today we're going to step into Nicole's stylish world as we discuss how her expertise in the kitchen is complemented by her flair and fashion, like your lovely Ferragamo loafers. And whether you're facing the heat in the kitchen or dazzling at high-profile culinary events, your approach to food and style creates memorable experiences that tantalize all the senses.
That's right.
So slip on your most stylish shoes, pour yourself a glass of wine, ladies, and join us for a mouth-watering conversation with the fabulous Chef Nicole Votano on the I Want Her Shoes podcast.
Thank you so much for having me. Cheers.
Cool. All right. Well, Nicole, I really am so excited to have you here. And the first thing I really want to know, when was it the first moment that you really realized that cooking was more than a passion, but like a real career path for you?
I think like cooking has been such a big part of my life forever. Like I used to go with my dad to the farmers markets on the weekend. He worked a lot, so that was like a really special thing that I got to do with him when my brothers might be sleeping in or doing something more boy-like. He would take me with him. My mom was not the big shopper and cooker of the family. She did it, and she had to get good at it because my dad's Italian, but she definitely didn't love it. So I think that's when I first got like kind of the taste for food. And then I grew up going to I was very lucky to be growing up in London during its heyday and got to go to amazing restaurants, and like my mom would plan our vacations around the Michelin Guide, even the hotels and everything. So I think being around all of that, it's hard not to get like kind of a taste for it and be excited about it. But I kind of walked away from that because my dad was in fashion, and like you, I thought I wanted to be a fashion designer when I was young also, especially since my dad was in the business.
Do all girls think they wanted to be
so.
fashion designers?
If you love clothes, of course, why would you not want that
Did
job?
you actually make any clothes for your dolls? Because I used to actually sew clothes with my grandma.
No, I mean, I definitely did some sewing, but never stuff like that for dolls. That's so cool.
Yeah, Barbies. That was like,
I love that. And your grandmother would do that with you?
Yeah, my dad's mom, she knew how to sew, so we would like make these little outfits and stuff. But there's people in my class that even had even fancier outfits. I would be like, wow,
because they would be making it too. Was like that even in San
smaller,
Francisco?
More. No, that was
before
like back in when I was in Moscow, back in like.
Wow, that's amazing. I wish I could like see
a
picture
it's crazy.
Of that.
No, but some moms or grandmas, whoever they were, because you couldn't buy anything there for these dolls. You know what I mean? This was like communist era, and
so interesting.
You know, people made these costumes themselves, like intricate little, like better than what they make with Mattel. You know, like
wow.
So they would have these
I
custom
bet.
things.
Of course, because you can make exactly what you wanted.
But mine were basic, like compared to some people. They're probably the famous fashion designers now.
I love that story. Yeah, so I went to college thinking initially that I was going to do food writing. I even interned at the Honolulu Advertiser my senior year of high school. Really thought that was the route I was going to go. And then in the first year of college, I just was not vibing with all the prerequisites. I think I had older brothers and older cousins, and everybody was out in the world, like starting to work already. And so I was overly anxious. Now I think back and I'm like, I could have taken a little bit more time with that. But when I decided that wasn't for me, I knew I loved cooking. So I mentioned it to my parents, expecting them to not be supportive, because at that time, like, being a chef was not such a respected thing. Right. To them, it was kind of like being the help. So but I was surprised that they were actually really welcoming of it. And my dad always wanted to open a restaurant, so they supported me, and I started going to culinary school in Hawaii, and then moved to New York to really like follow my dream, and the rest is history.
Yeah, that's a great story.
Thank you.
Yeah, like, because I feel like there's just so much now, as you say, like before maybe it wasn't as respected of a profession.
Yes, it's changed
now
so
it's
much.
changed because there's so much you could do, right? Like,
Definitely.
maybe you could talk a little bit about that before we jump into other stuff.
For
like,
sure.
All
I
the
think
different things you could do if you went to culinary school.
absolutely.
Right?
I think it's changed so much. Like when I went to culinary school, people thought the only thing that you would do was go and become a chef after that. But now there's like an indefinite amount of possibilities from, you know, you can work for a corporate company and work your way up to be a corporate chef or be an F&B director. You can do an indefinite amount of things online, of course. Like just influencers alone, a lot of them didn't even go to culinary school and do really well cooking. There's obviously cooking shows that you can sell online also. I mean, really, like, it's endless what you can do with it. I mean, it's cool because cooking is the one thing, like, food, people have to eat it several times a day. So one way or another, people are connecting with food no matter what. It's not like fashion too, right?
Yeah, I was about
you have to wear clothes.
Emotional, like there's definitely emotional attachment to style, fashion, clothes, and also dishes, food, all of that. So I think there's definitely
like style memories and food memories. I feel like when you pick up a certain piece of clothing, when you look at it, you have this memory of like when you wore it and how you felt, whether it was a positive experience or maybe a sad experience. You still remember that, and I feel like the fabrics kind of embed your emotion, and food does that too. So if you have your mother's chicken soup or something, it brings you back to that moment. The same thing with an amazing piece of clothing.
Yeah, it's just too bad you can't wear your mom's heels or anything, like, again, because they're not gonna keep them that long.
Exactly.
You know
That's
the cool thing about food, is that you can recreate it with fashion.
Yes, that's so true.
Like, I remember my mom had like this crazy pair of heels in her closet, like, and then she returned them. You know,
why did she return them?
Because my dad was mad because like they made her taller than him.
My mom was way taller than my dad. She was 5'7". He's like 5'5", and she always towered over him. And she still wore. I mean, she wore heels like these heels. She didn't care. My dad was okay with it, but I think that says a lot, right? It's what we grow up with is like our perception.
Which was it you point to? Oh yeah, she pointed to these, like, for those of you listening, they're like, what would you call these, slingbacks or something? But they're pretty tall. They're like 5 inches
I think
at least.
They're definitely tall, and they're stiletto. I think they're almost stiletto. You know, definitely not.
Yeah, they're like fun. Those are fun.
And strappy, a very thin pink strap on them. Very sexy, actually.
Yeah.
My mom liked to bring the sexy vibes with her clothes, for sure.
Hey, I think that's awesome.
Yeah. It's true, though, when you remember the things that they wore. Like, I remember when my mom, for my brother's bar mitzvah, she had a Chanel outfit made, but she went and bought the Chanel lace, like, from the place, and had someone custom make it for her. I mean, I think they were working on it for 9 months or something. She was so into it. And
but that's like forever piece that you'll keep for
1,000%. And when I see the picture, when you see the pictures, my dad wanted to kill her because she looked naked in it. It was like all see-through, but she loved it, and she felt like the belle of the ball. So that's what's important.
No, I think again, it's the feeling, right? Like the feeling when you eat the soup and the feeling when you're wearing that Chanel suit.
Definitely. There's something, you can't take that away from someone.
No, not at all. So, well, now that we talked a lot about different opportunities in the industry, let's talk about, you've done so many different things, and I wanted to see what challenges you faced when you launched 500 locations worldwide, and how did you ensure that the brand's essence was preserved, especially like across different cultures? Because I think United States is even here you have to think about like the San Francisco versus New York versus like Kansas.
Yeah, but it's not the same as like going India to Dubai or something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Even Germany or even England, they all have different it's different
culturally for sure. Definitely. So the concept that she's talking about that I launched was Another Wing by DJ Khaled. I was working for Reef Technology.
Is that the gold ones?
Yes. Well, we made him these special edition golden dusted diamond crusted chicken wing cake that we sent. I had to make it for him, and we sent it to him on his birthday.
Fabulous.
Yeah, they were amazing. And then we had this like amazing green sauce, like herby sauce to dip it in, and we sold it over Art Basel that year. and people went crazy for it. I mean, you can, during Art Basel, you can sell anything you want.
We'll have some pictures on your website of this,
yes.
right? So we'll share a link to Nicole's website, and you guys can check out these gold wings.
Yeah, so, but it's hard when you launch that many. That was the largest launch of any concept ever. And we had the infrastructure, so we were lucky because we had ghost kitchens all over the world because we were the largest company that was running ghost kitchens at the time. So from the beginning, developing the flavors and everything with him, like we wanted to make sure it was things that people were going to welcome in any culture. I mean, it's a chicken wing brand associated with, an American celebrity. So I think it's what we knew people would want it wherever they were because it was more about the excitement of it, you know? But having infrastructure is most important and very good collateral, like really good training materials. I think that's where a lot of brands fall down when they expand, is they think that having 5 of something is the same as having 1 of something, and it's not. You really have to be able to have, a piece of paper, videos, pictures that explain to people exactly what to do, or else you can't hold them to the standard because they don't even know what it is.
That 100%. Yeah, it sounds like it was a success though, right?
Yes, it was a big success, and he loved it. It even got on SNL, and it got also on Jimmy Fallon, and those are some of my favorite shows, so for me it was a huge success.
You'll have to find some of those links.
Yes, for
so
sure.
we can put them into the podcast.
Definitely, I would love that.
Yeah, so that's amazing. Thanks for sharing that. And speaking of DJ Khaled and another fabulous, idol, Martha Stewart.
Yes.
How do you personalize your culinary creations for those sort of folks? But at the same time, keeping your own signature style? Because I feel like, again, that's very different preferences that people have, right?
Definitely.
Especially those two people are so different.
Exactly. And I work with all different types of brands, so that's definitely a challenge that I have to address every day. I think the most important thing when you're acting as a consultant is to know the other person's brand, the person that you're representing, and really try and embed that into everything you're doing. So for DJ Khaled, we knew it had to be bold flavors and bright colors and kind of kitschy names that were associated, with his songs or things that he would say, and really embrace him in that way. And obviously it was not a health forward concept with that one. And then with Martha Stewart, same thing, but it's more all about class and great ingredients and technique, which is definitely how I cook and how I like to live my life too. So I think that one was a little bit easier for me to, to find myself in it. But either way, the non-negotiable is always that it's delicious.
Let's talk a little bit more about Martha Stewart.
Yes.
So were you a little bit intimidated just because she is kind of, her own chef and stuff?
Definitely. I mean, when I found out that one was coming in, I was super excited about it, and she has a whole team that we worked with. So this was not, with DJ Khaled, he has his one private chef that we worked with her, and he tasted it, and his wife was involved. But with Martha Stewart, it's they do so many projects that they really know their brand well. Yeah. So they come in with almost like a brand book for you, and there's certain ingredients that are definitely no-goes. There's certain ways that she doesn't like things sliced, or she doesn't like things served. The to-go containers were very curated, obviously.
Oh, wow.
And even for the stickers. Yes, everything's her brand. So it all has to match exactly. Even if she partners with someone else, they're very diligent, and they're not afraid to break a contract if it doesn't follow what they're saying. And I think we all should have that kind of Martha confidence.
Go Martha, because why would you want to change your brand for somebody else, right?
Exactly. And with all that she's overcome, I watched that movie recently about her, and it was
on Netflix, a documentary, right?
Yes, it was fantastic, and I was really impressed. So many things I didn't even know about stuff that she overcame, and she really has made a place for women to grow into indefinite amount of entrepreneurship.
Thank you, Martha.
Do anything.
For sure.
Thank you, Martha. We love you.
Yeah, we love you, and it's definitely, I feel from that you brought that up, I feel she was definitely targeted as a woman.
For sure. 1,000%.
Because they needed a woman to target.
Yes.
Because
that's what they do.
Well, anyways, let's move on to about, motherhood and being a chef. How do you balance such demanding roles, and what lessons from the kitchen do you apply at home, if any?
Oh, that's a really good question. Balancing is tough, as you know. It's a challenge for sure. My kids are actually 14 and 16, so my daughter's actually having her 16th birthday in a couple of weeks.
Birthday,
So
Gabrielle.
yes, happy birthday. So it's a really exciting time, but also there's this part of me that, like, that's why in my career I decided not to stay with the fine dining route that I did initially in my career, was because I just couldn't balance it once I had kids, and I didn't want to give up that time with them. So I found other ways to, you know, do things that were more entrepreneurial, or maybe open a cafe or something that was more daytime hours, or places that they could come and hang out and be welcomed. And at home, I think cooking is even more of a part of my life at home than it is even at work. I mean, my kids know how to cook, but if I'm there, they're definitely not willing to cook a meal, which you witnessed the other night for sure. But I think knowing how to manage your time and being able to, you know, plan everything out and have like your piece of time for each thing in the day, that helps me in the kitchen. It helps me at home for sure.
Yeah.
And also having patience. I mean, for sure, kids take your patience, and definitely in the kitchen it takes patience too. So,
well, cheers to you, and
thank you.
Having so much patience. We know trends are quickly changing in the culinary game. So, how do you stay on top of new projects, and what are you cooking up next that you're really excited about that you want to share?
Oh, that's a good question.
Kind of two questions in one.
Yes.
So.
And then I'm working on a really amazing sauce brand that's about to launch, a very specialty CPG brand that'll be at farmers markets and then at specialty stores.
Awesome.
And I, you know, working on a lot of my social media stuff, which, you know, I try and improve every day. You're definitely an inspiration with that. So consistent always.
Takes a lot of work, guys.
Yeah, for sure.
But no, it's great. No, it sounds like you're doing a good job balancing everything, and also the projects sound really cool.
Yes, so. I'm super excited about it. The R&D part of my job is like one of my favorites because it lets me travel and eat amazing food all over the world. So
yes,
nothing not to like about that.
Of course not. So Nicole, how does your personal style influence your professional attire in the kitchen? And also not just in the kitchen, but where you're consulting, or, you know, you're out there at conferences in your industry, that kind of thing.
I think there's definitely different type of dress that I do for the different kind of hats that I put on in being an entrepreneur. Like when I'm in the kitchen, if I'm in a casual situation, I'm probably in jeans, and I have these really cool UGG like combat boot looking
I know. I thought you were going to bring those almost today. I was like waiting for
because
those.
I was thinking about it, and I was like, those aren't my favorite shoes, but I definitely wear them a lot. I got them for the rain and the snow last year in New York, and happened to wear them into the kitchen one day, and they were so comfortable and kept my feet so dry. So those are kind of they become a signature piece, which is why you thought that I was going to bring them. But it's basically these bright pink combat boots, jeans, and then a black top with a really cool apron. Like most of my aprons are custom made, and I used to go to the fashion district and like pick out the different fabrics that I wanted and send them to someone that made them for me. And then when I'm in a more like dressed up situation, I have my custom made jackets that are made by an amazing designer here, Ashley at Taylor House. She made me all different kinds of jackets with like, sometimes they'll have a different color on the inside than they do on the outside, and she'll make me an apron that matches it. I feel like it's kind of like the most I can dress up while I'm like still in the kitchen attire. So it makes me feel special, like you would in a gown and heels or something, but I get to feel like that when I'm in my full chef outfit. And then when I go to events and things, I think, you know, more of a blazer with jeans, something like that.
Yeah, no, and I think that it sounds like that you really have a lot of options for customization.
Yes, yeah, so, it's true.
Like,
it's
it
a
sounds
very
like
cool
you could
thing.
really have a style in your industry. Like you don't just need to wear like an apron.
Yeah, I think it wasn't like that always. When I first started coming up as a chef, like really girls had to wear the boys' aprons, like you didn't, and jackets, and pants, so you really looked like I mean, a box in this clothes. Like, it was not meant to be flattering to a woman. And it wasn't until I got deeper into my career that they started making more for women as more women chefs got out there. But definitely, I mean, what's better than custom ever, obviously.
Yeah, exactly. You can
if you can make what you
personalize
want.
it. Yeah, it's like kind of like I think of that like having like nurses having the scrubs and stuff.
Yes,
right?
exactly.
Kind of
they
like
have
that.
those fun, different
Yeah, like all the
colors
cool
and patterns.
little things they have. So like you guys should have the same.
Yes,
right?
totally.
So, sounds like it's already in the works. So there's brands doing that.
Yes.
Or you could just find people, awesome people like Ashley to do
and
that
yes,
for you.
and that's definitely something I hope to work on in the future too. A dream.
Yes, I think that's a great dream to have. And can you talk a little bit about how presentation and aesthetics in your dishes reflect trends in the fashion world? And I wanted to kind of also that goes to like these, you know, like relates to the collaborations that we've been seeing. Like, for example, the Louis Vuitton Cafe in New York and like other collaborations like this that there's more and more of them, you know, like I know that Balenciaga partnered with Arahan, so there's a lot of stuff like that. So
Definitely.
what is your thinking about that? I mean, I feel like that's a new trend.
It is. It's definitely because, like, I feel like it's always been out there a little bit, but it was usually that the food was a throwaway. So it was like they partnered with a brand and it was just had the logo on it, but it was like the same boring sandwich or not the ingredients that like lined up with the brand. Like Louis Vuitton should have an incredible
or even
chef.
Gucci did that with that bakery here. What is it called? The bakery that is here in the design district.
Oh, the one the Rosetta, right?
Yes, so they did
that
collaboration
for Art
with
Basel
Art
this
Basel,
year.
yes.
That's right. Yeah, so I think you're seeing that more. This last time when I was in New York, I was super fortunate to get a reservation at the Louis Vuitton Cafe, and the food was absolutely incredible. Obviously, the way everything looked and the whole experience was very luxury.
I'm
also,
jealous. I want to go.
Oh, we're definitely going.
We're going back. We're gonna do a podcast.
Yes,
there.
we're gonna do a podcast there. I can definitely arrange that. And the chef, Christophe, has his own restaurant and has earned many Michelin stars in the past. So they really
amazing.
chose a chef and a pastry chef that are of the level that they are. And I think that that's what's most important, is that these brands are now starting to recognize that, oh, like this, people want this. Our client wants this. They will come and eat here, and they want to eat the level of food of the level of fashion that they're buying. So even the day we were there, Givenchy
that's what I was about
there.
to say. Yeah, you have to, like, literally it has to be kind of very, very extravagant.
Exactly. It has to feel special. And I mean, it is special because they have a 25,000 person waiting list for that cafe. Can you imagine?
25,000
Yes.
person waiting list
It's
for this
crazy.
cafe? Wow. So
But
you can't, I mean,
it was incredible.
wow, that's awesome. So we'll have to,
We can get you in.
We got you. So, how do you incorporate your fashion sense into the branding of food ventures that you are consulting for?
I think, aesthetics is important in anything, and definitely true what people say about you eat with your eyes first. For me, I think it's about like really showcasing the ingredients and the beauty of like the work that the farmers did and the work that maybe an artisan that made bread or something did, so that people can see all the work that went into it, and appreciate that beauty. I think it's the same thing as like when you have an amazing fabric or something. You don't want to mix it up by making it too complicated. You want the item to be simple, right? I think it's like that mentality that I put.
Like less is more.
Exactly. 1,000%. It's the same thing as like always take off one item, like always take off one ingredient off the plate, they say.
Yeah, no, that's really great advice. And I think, again, that's the same advice in fashion. It's if you think, less is more. If you think you have too many accessories, take one out.
Yes.
Remove one. Or
exactly.
two. Yeah, exactly. Because I think that's too many. So
it's easy to get overly excited
yes,
when you're getting dressed.
And sometimes maybe it is part of your style that you have a
That
lot of accessories
right,
and then
true.
keep that because that's you, girl.
Yes, totally true.
So as an official caterer for high-profile events like Art Basel, which I had a chance to experience with you this year, Nicole actually catered the Pucci event at Art Basel.
Yeah.
It was so fabulous. I got to wear my piece, the little pieces of, I had like a purse of Pucci and then a piece of shoes. So I got to wear my Pucci. And then I got a pair of pants, actually. I'll show you guys.
Oh, yeah, I love those.
Yeah, I actually was so inspired
by the event.
and I went and bought a pair of these beautiful Pucci pants, and If you guys are curious, you can see the video, but they're purple, black, and like kind of like teal colors.
With the classic Poochie print, of course.
Yeah, so...
And very comfortable.
Yeah, so see, you actually inspired me to go like buy actual something from the brand because I went to eat your food there, so I feel like there's definitely like a whole connection there. Right?
Definitely. There's definitely a synergy between food and branding, and I think that when people go to an event and see the brand, if they associate not good food with it, it could be just as bad as if they,
100%. And like when we talk about events like that, how do you ensure that the team's attire complements the elegance of the theme of the event? Or like Poochie, like do you have to wear, like obviously is there like designer jackets they give you? What happens?
Yes,
in that kind of sense?
Like when you're working with a brand like Poochie or any event that's like really highly branded, usually they have a whole creative team, so they come in and work with you on everything from the menu to how the table is going to be displays to what color the straws will be, and then they will generally bring you different accessories. So a lot of times the staff will be dressed either all in black or maybe like in if it's more casual, like jeans and a white shirt, and then they'll add a tie or they'll add a jacket or different things like that to incorporate the staff into the brand.
Do you get to keep those things?
Sometimes it depends. Depends on the brand and how generous they're feeling.
Awesome. And what are your go-to accessories or outfits that make a statement both in and out of the kitchen? I know we talked about the shoes. I know that we did that in the beginning, but is there something else I see here that you want to share with us? And why don't you explain everything for those who are just listening?
Okay, I will. So I have my sneakers that I talked about, which I wear in the kitchen and out of the kitchen. Less in the kitchen because they're velvet, so I don't really want to take the chance on that. But and then underneath it, I have this amazing agenda. Actually, it's not only a calendar, but it also has. I'll pick it up so that you guys can see it. But it also has like different notes, reminders of like which days are, chocolate chip cookie day or whatever, so that you can like align it also with your social media and everything.
Definitely.
And actually Anna gave that amazing gift to me as part of my Christmas gift. But I find that even though a lot of times my calendar is in my phone and I might not write it in there, I carry it everywhere and I use it in other ways. It's kind of become a little bit of a security blanket, I guess. And it matches my shoes, which is pretty awesome. And then these are my sunglasses that are like my go-to sunglasses.
Yeah, there you go. Put them on. Let's see them.
I'll put them on.
Fabulous.
They're Gucci. I bought these sunglasses in Paris, actually, so they're like a special piece for me. I haven't always been able to like buy the accessories that I grew up with, so it was definitely made me feel good when I could, take myself on a trip to France for 3 weeks and buy these at the end of it.
I love those.
So they give me a feeling when I wear them, like we were talking about. They make me feel like confident and maybe a little emotional too, because I'm like proud of them.
Man, they look so fabulous.
So I
love them.
I lucked out that all of my items all kind of like match.
They actually match.
They match. I guess I'm into this color.
Actually, the case of the Gucci, for those of you just listening, matches the shoes, which is cool.
Yeah, it is very cool. And the agenda too. So
yeah, and the agenda.
Those are big part of my life, just like on a regular basis. I think that I have a few pieces of jewelry that are really special to me. One is like a Bulgari ring that was my mom's. It's like the classic like fat gold ring. That. I don't wear it all the time, but when I wear it, I definitely like feel an extra set of oomph behind me. Yes, because she was so fabulous. So I feel like I'm channeling her fabulousness.
Awesome. Let's talk about a little bit about, another topic which I think is really interesting is the quiet luxury topic. That's shifting, consumers are really, understating their high quality items, and the trend reflects a broader movement towards sustainability. Yes. However, we live near the design district, exactly. So I think, and this is the conversation we have a lot, and we see people head to toe in designer labels.
Literally, I mean, and when I go to celebrities and rappers' houses and stuff too, I see it even more than ever. And in the design district, you see the quiet luxury people, and you can recognize who those people are. Mm-hmm. And then you also see the people who are going like way loud and bold with their fashion, where they have a Gucci outfit and it's like Gucci pants, Gucci jacket, Gucci shirt. Like their underwear and their socks are even Gucci, down to the shoes, a headband, the whole thing, where they really want to kind of be loyal to one brand, I think, which is so interesting, right? Because like, I don't feel that, I know you're a big Bottega lover, but you still mix up the different things, and like, I don't think I have that loyalty to any brand where I would just go
have like one brand, unless they were paying me to just have that.
Right, well then, sure.
But
bring it on.
On our own, no. Like, I think it's good to have a mixture of different, because every brand, every designer, like, has their own aesthetic, has their own story. It's just more fun to mix it up. I also love mixing up like H&M or Zara with designer brands.
Yeah, you do a great job at that.
You don't have to have all designer. Like, it's actually, you should not have all designer, because that's how you could tell that, you know, you really don't have style.
I think, well, or maybe you have new money versus old money. I think a lot of the quiet luxury, a lot of times, is older money that they don't want to flaunt it. And sometimes, you know, when you make it big really quickly, I'm sure you feel really proud of yourself, kind of like I did with the sunglasses. You said with the sunglasses. But if you have millions of dollars, then you go and you buy a whole outfit instead of just a pair of sunglasses, I guess. For some people.
Yeah, exactly. Especially if you were really excited about that brand, right?
Right.
So, yeah, no, I think that's really interesting what's happening with that.
And you love the brand collaborations, too.
Oh,
You follow a lot of those and show me a lot of the cool new things, like those amazing Birkenstocks that you got one time when they were doing
the Manolo Blahnik and Birkenstock.
Those are so cool.
By the way, these are like the most comfortable shoes I have.
I bet.
And I will have them forever, and it was definitely worth the $800 whatever they cost.
For sure.
And now you can't get them, because you're not going to wear somebody like else's, you're not going to get them used.
Of course, that's not, well, because Birkenstocks are actually, I don't know if you know this, but I'm a big Birkenstock fan. I also live with a huge hippie, so it's kind of like a trick of the trade, but they form to your feet. That's why they're made out of the cork at the bottom. So yeah, you would never want to wear someone else's. Ew.
Yeah, gross. So for those collabs with any kind of Birkenstock, well, you know, they did a collab with Valentino, which did not work out. It wasn't as
interesting.
Yeah, it wasn't as people.
No. Oh, it wasn't comfortable.
No, it wasn't made out of
cork. Was it more of a real shoe?
Yeah, because this has like literally the Birkenstock bottom of it. You see,
like,
that
makes
but
a
it
big
didn't have
difference.
that. Yeah, so I think it has to have that.
Maybe they recognized when they did that. Yeah. Adidas
come back and do it again.
Adidas does some great collaborations too, and their Stella McCartney stuff is always cool. So it's cool to see those athleisure and different types of brands going with the high luxury stuff. Yeah, we always love that. Yeah, my last favorite collab was with Kate Moss and Zara. I remember you told me
so many cute things. I love to see that. And now
you said it's like a very Chanel look, right?
Yeah,
like the vibe of it.
Well, not that specific collab, but I think
they have now some stuff that you said would
they have like. They have a lot of like Chanel inspired stuff right now.
Yeah, they do a good job with the things that they put up for like a more affordable price point, I think.
For sure. So as I said, you can have that, and then you can have something that you've been saving for, and you can get that today.
Exactly. Yes.
Excited.
And that feels exciting for sure.
Yes, exactly. Well, cheers to that.
Yes. Treat yourself.
Treat yourself. Okay, so now we're going to do some of these fun little fillers, and I'm going to give you two things, and you tell me which one, like, quickly. So which one that you prefer. Truffles or caviar?
Truffles.
Chef's Apron Classic, white or bold color?
Bold color, 1000%.
Fine dining or street food?
Oh. Street food and fine dining, both.
Yes! Sauces on the side or on the dish?
Poured at the table.
Right, I like that. High heels or stylish flats in the kitchen?
In the kitchen, sneakers or combat boots.
Love the combat boots. Tablecloth linen or silk?
Linen. Silk stains too easily.
Tasting menu or a la carte?
A la carte. I want to choose what I want.
Agreed. Cookbook or cooking app?
Cookbook. I have to be able to touch it.
Handwritten menu or digital display?
Handwritten. I hate the digital display. Takes all the feeling out of it.
Wine pairing, red or white?
White.
Dinner party, themed decor or minimalist?
Themed decor, but minimalist. Don't go too crazy.
That's right.
Take one piece away.
Or two. Pasta, handmade or machine cut?
Handmade for fresh, machine cut for dry.
Nice. Fashion runway or food festival?
Fashion runway, 1000%. No question. Food festivals suck. Sorry, but They're always ratchet. Why? Make a fancy, fabulous food festival.
Maybe you should make one like that.
Yes.
There you go.
For the elite.
That's right. Signature dish or new experiments?
For me or someone else?
For you.
Signature dish. You know it's going to be good. Experiment could go either
Yeah,
way.
we always do off the menu signature, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah. If there's something they're known for, why would you not eat that?
That's right. Early morning market run or late night recipe tasting?
Both.
That's right. All right, Nicole. It was awesome to have you here today.
I'm so happy. I'm so grateful to be the first person on this podcast with you. And I'm going to be back. I promise you.
Yes, I think there's a lot more.
I'm going to make some cocktails.
There's a lot more to talk about.
Yes.
In this whole realm of fashion and food collaborations and everything that's going on in the industry. So I'm really excited to have you back.
Maybe next time at my restaurant.
That's right. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. And we'll see you again next week.